Hello and welcome. This is going to be a quick little review of Chapter 12 of Uzumaki, The Storm, and it starts out gently enough. Now, the thing I find most interesting about this particular chapter is it's really a step away from the previous chapters in terms of what gets affected by the spiral. Early on, Shuichi's dad is affected, then his mom, then Kiri's father gets obsessed with spirals and is using spirals in clay, and people's screaming souls end up in the clay. This is all people. We have a girl who has a spiral in her face. We have people whose hair turns into spirals. We have a kid who gets a spiral put inside of him, the Jack-in-the-Box character. The only inanimate object, really, that has a spiral in it, that is affected by the spiral, that the spiral acts through, is the lighthouse. And the lighthouse is not a natural object. It is not a natural phenomenon. It is a man-made structure. So again, it's human beings that are somehow involved in the spiral. In this chapter, we start off gently with the wind and the waves, and Kiri starts hearing stuff. What's that noise? And Shuichi, they're just sitting here on the beach chilling. He knows. He knows immediately what that noise is. It's the wind. A storm's coming. Typhoon season. It's here. It's finally here. And he freaks out. Why? Well, you might remember the kid is obsessed with spirals. Now, the storm comes. It's pretty gnarly. And Kiri, I wish I could show you more of this story. And Kiri, wow, way to just flip over on your own. Kiri looks right into the eye of the storm. Now, normally, that's not a big deal, right? Like, I can look into, like, the eye of the soda bottle here. You can see it's recyclable. But the storm is a hurricane. And a hurricane is kind of spirally in nature, isn't it? The way it looks. So Kiri has looked into the eye of the spiral. You can see it's like slurped her umbrella away. It's left her naked and vulnerable beneath the storm. And the storm has noticed her. That's right. The spiral has affected natural phenomena. The spiral has affected storms, the weather, in such a way that the weather has become aware. The weather has become aware and obsessed. You can see the storm out here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Kiri, Kiri. She's trying to hide in her bed, and the storm is busy rattling the whole house. The storm is busy shaking the whole town. The storm is trying to find Kiri. The storm wants Kiri. It's seen her. It knows her name. The spiral, every step of the way when I've been talking about this, like, that's why I like the narrative arc of this book, is we start out very personal. Shuichi's family. Oops, I got water for my drink on my hand. Start out very personal with Shuichi's family. We expand out to Kiri's family. We start looking at their schoolmates, then their whole school. Then the whole town starts getting affected. Well, now it's not just the whole town is affected. The weather is affected. Like, it's not just the people in the town turned into snails. It's not just the man-made machinery in the town, like the car spring or the black tower, the lighthouse. No. Weather, nature itself, is being warped by the spiral. Now, we were kind of treated to a little of that. Way, way back, if you look closely in some of the foliage down here, you'll see like there's like ferns or whatever, that they have that little spirally shape to them. Well, those are alive. This storm, it ain't alive. This storm ain't alive. It is a storm. And it has gained awareness because of the spiral. And so for the rest of this chapter, Kiri is actually being stalked by a storm. So she and Shuichi hide from it. They run from it. Other people intervene. It's one of the weirder things. In a whole book full of weirdness, being stalked by an inanimate object, by nature itself, is pretty odd. I mean, sure, maybe it's not as weird as people eating umbilical cord mushrooms, but it's pretty dang odd. All right, you all take care of yourselves. You have a great one, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.